Human beings are God's harvest. This is a topic worth bringing up. Jesus told many parables about people being sheep and vines and the like. However, the topic becomes altogether more sinister when you look into it a little more deeply. A shepherd does, on the whole, look after his sheep. However, no motivation is pure, and this is not done out of pure altruism. The shepherd looks after his sheep so that they breed and grow so he can kill and eat them, or sell them, or parts of them. There are a lot of passages likening us to dinner, and it starts to feel like God has dinner on the mind. If God was your shepherd, would you be looking to escape the farm to freedom? If you don't, just look at Revelation to see what happens. He actually eats you. Don't say you weren't warned. It all starts innocently enough in the famous Psalm 23:1. The Lord is my shepherd, I have all that I need. David, being a shepherd, is now upgraded in Psalm 78:71. He took David from tending the ewes and lambs and made him the shepherd of Jacob's descendants, God's own people, Israel. But true colours are starting to be shown in Ezekiel 34:1. Son of man, prophesy against the shepherds, the leaders of Israel. Give them this message from the sovereign Lord. What sorrow awaits you, shepherds, who feed yourselves instead of your flocks? Shouldn't shepherds feed their sheep? You drink the milk, wear the wool, and butcher the best animals, but you let your flocks starve. And later on in the same chapter, Ezekiel 34:15-16, I myself will tend my sheep and give them a place to lie down in peace, says the sovereign Lord. I will search for my lost ones who strayed away, and I will bring them safely home again. I will bandage the injured and strengthen the weak, but I will destroy those who are fat and powerful. I will feed them, yes, feed them justice. We are also likened to vines, Isaiah 27:2-3. In that day, sing about the fruitful vineyard. I, the Lord, will watch over it, watering it carefully. Day and night I will watch so no one can harm it. Hosea 9:10. The Lord says, O Israel, when I first found you, it was like finding fresh grapes in the desert. When I saw your ancestors, it was like seeing the first ripe figs of the season. But then they deserted me for Baal Peor, giving themselves to that shameful idol. Soon they became vile as the God they worshipped. It's strange that God found Israel. Didn't God create mankind? We are also referred to as figs, Jeremiah 24:5-6. This is what the Lord, the God of Israel, says. The good figs represent the exiles I sent from Judah to the land of the Babylonians. I will watch over and care for them, and I will bring them back here again. I will build them up and not tear them down. I will plant them and not uproot them. We are also referred to as fish, for example in Matthew 13:49. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like a fishing net that was thrown into the water and caught fish of every kind. When the net was full, they dragged it up on the shore, sat down and sorted the good fish into crates, but threw the bad ones away. That is the way it will be at the end of the world. The angels will come and separate the wicked people from the righteous, throwing the wicked into the fiery furnace, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. That's a concerning analogy. It seems that out of all the fish which are pulled out, and they'll all be dead by now, the bad ones are thrown away, dead, and the good ones are cooked and eaten. There's not really any escape for these fish, is there? In light of this, Jesus' words start to sound a little bit dangerous in Luke 5:10. His partners, James and John, the sons of Zebedee, were also amazed. Jesus replied to Simon, Don't be afraid, from now on you'll be fishing for people. So what does the farmer do to all the crops that he loves and nourishes and helps to grow? He harvests them, of course. Matthew 13:39. The enemy who planted the weeds among the wheat is the devil. The harvest is the end of the world, and the harvesters are the angels. Mark 4:29. The earth produces the crops on its own. First a leaf blade pushes through, then the heads of wheat are formed, and finally the grain ripens. And as soon as the grain is ready, the farmer comes and harvests it with a sickle, for the harvest time has come. Time to stop messing about now as we enter into Revelation. Revelation 14:1. Then I saw a white cloud, and seated on the cloud was someone like the Son of Man. He had a gold crown on his head and a sharp sickle in his hand. Then another angel came from the temple and shouted to the one sitting on the cloud, "Swing the sickle, for the time of harvest has come. The crop on earth is ripe." Then later on in the same chapter, Revelation 14:15-20, then another angel came from the temple and shouted to the one sitting on the cloud, "Swing the sickle, for the time of harvest has come. The crop on earth is ripe." So the one sitting on the cloud swung his sickle over the earth, and the whole earth was harvested. After that, another angel came from the temple in heaven, and he also had a sharp sickle. Then another angel, who had power to destroy with fire, came from the altar. He shouted to the angel with the sharp sickle, "Swing your sickle now to gather the clusters of grapes from the vines of the earth, for they are ripe for judgment." So the angel swung his sickle over the earth and loaded the grapes into the great winepress of God's wrath. The grapes were trampled in the winepress outside the city, and blood flowed from the winepress in a stream about 180 miles long and as high as a horse's bridle. We are the grapes here, not figuratively, but literally now. What's the harvest for? It's for God's feast, of course. Revelation 19:17-18. Then I saw an angel standing in the sun, shouting to the vultures flying high in the sky, "Come, gather together for the great banquet God has prepared. Come and eat the flesh of kings, generals and strong warriors, of horses and their riders, and of all humanity, both free and slave, small and great." And we'll finish off on this thought. Does God actually want to eat us? Does he actually like the smell of us cooking? We only need to look at Ephesians 5:1-2. Imitate God, therefore, in everything you do, because you are his dear children. Live a life filled with love, following the example of Christ. He loved us and offered himself as a sacrifice for us, a pleasing aroma to God. How much of this is figurative, how much of it is literal? It's up to you to decide. And as always, all the information you need can be found right here.